Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 9 American Battleship, Premium American Battleship, Missouri. She has 78,300 health, a top speed of 33 knots, 9 406mm guns, 20 secondary guns, a surface detect of 12.2 kilometers, and 100 AA defense rating. For my modules, improved auxiliary health pool, improved AA range, improved main battery accuracy, reduced the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift, concealment. For my commander, preventative maintenance, expert marksman, adrenaline rush, basic firing training, advanced firing training, and concealment again. We're on the map, Warrior's Path, and this is sort of a farewell, if you will, to the stealth fire mechanic because I'm going to engage a target that makes use of it. And I also really enjoy the Missouri, so there. That's the reason you're seeing the video. It's a good video. I love the Missouri. I really do love the Missouri. It's probably... is it my favorite premium? I think I could say yeah. Yeah, it's my favorite premium. Why is it my favorite? I really like incoming. Oh, no, I remember this one. It's not gonna look good. We're gonna take a significant amount of torpedoes. From the Edinburgh is just fine, but we're gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we still alive? And it's a wonderful start of the game, right? This is a good example. I remember this game now. So this game, obviously, the start leaves something to be desired. It's probably the worst start you could possibly... How are you going to come back from this, Notser? Well, first of all, I have great friends who have smoke out for me, so I can take advantage of that. I also have radar, which I could use, and that's exactly what I'm going to do to make sure that we do not lose sight of these targets and kill them if we can. And just be careful. I need to stall the game a little bit, and I need to hit some shots, some big shots. And a little bit. Enemy Iowa is sizing us up, so we have to angle away. We have no choice. We don't have the hell to take this. The Missouri will be better. It isn't better right now. It won't be better in 0.6.3. 2.6. It's a really good ship. Its Citadel is really high in the water, though. That's the one issue, and maybe that's going to help us out here. Nope, a little high. And this is just a really crappy start of the game, right? There's just nothing you can do now, sir. Yeah, well, we can recover. If we get a good shot on this guy, line up the water line, looks like he's angling away slightly. I feel like I had a good gun dispersion on the target. Yeah, 2 Citadels. Pretty good. We're barely alive, though, and he intends to try and kill us. Look how low our health is getting. This is really bad, right? Really bad. Really bad, Notser. So I have to use my damage control. And yeah, look how low he is. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. It's just so beautiful to see a target that low, and friendlies are able to finish him off. Yes. More Shimakaze torpedoes. Wargaming knows we need more torpedoes in the water, just flooding the smoke. But he's doing a good job. That's exactly what you need to do. But my team basically has won this flank, and we should have. We've got 6 to 8 ships. We need to crash down on B point to help our team. I've used my second of 4 heals. Since I sustained so much fire, I could benefit almost fully from that second heal, but nothing right now. There's no reason to use my heal. And the enemy Shimakaze detected at 17 kilometers, and I've never met a shot that I didn't want to take. If I hit him with 1 shell, it's worth the gun cooldown. You never know. Weirder things have happened. And nothing weird happened here. We didn't hit him. He's able to escape. There are big, evil battleships, though, that are on approach. So I need to be careful. I need to really try to angle, bow on. I really dislike the typical, and he's kind of stationary, I really dislike the, oh, just go bow on and play with your throttle, 5 to 10 knots. That's the whole gameplay loop. That's not for me. That's not for me at all. I've got to do something much more action-oriented. I have to move around, flank. If I take damage because of that, so be it. I'm not going to play the game stationary. So we conveniently have this battleship's flank, surprisingly, and we're so far away that I can arc the shells over the island. So I just need to be able to aim with an island in the way. And it's not easy, but it's not impossible. If you sort of can visualize the water's distance as it moves away, and you can elevate the gun or depress the gun appropriately, you could end up with a great shot. And I'm hoping, please, come on, let me punish. Please let me punish. Not bad. That's not bad. I can barely see him, and we did almost 10,000. It's because he's side on to us. And I think he recognizes, oh, this is not good. So I lead him in the direction that I expect him to move forward out of that scenario. Like, oh, people can hit me. However, if you would have backed up just a little bit more, I couldn't hit him. Obviously, who's to know these sort of things? You really don't know this until you've seen it. That's why I really enjoy making content on competitive games. It gives you more eyes on different scenarios that might come up that you've never thought of, or you've never seen or been a part of. Well, now you've seen a battleship take 5 torpedoes at the start, sort of change the play style, but not too much that you're not helping your team. And we are actively trying to punish anyone who is sitting broadside. Maybe a destroyer gets too close. The game is not over. Never give up, never surrender. I love that quote from Galaxy Quest. Anyone who's seen Galaxy Quest, it's a great spoof on Star Trek. It's honestly amazing how good it is. At the time, it was like 1998, and I was but a little kid. And I didn't even know what Star Trek was. I know, blasphemy. I didn't know the jokes. It just was an entertaining movie, and oh no. Enemy Yamato, I think he wanted to fire on me. Are we going to clear the island? We do. Whew. At least the island was there. And now he is sprawled wide open for me to exploit. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get around this island. Dang it. Friendly Iowa does a good job. I really have to be careful. If you're in a scenario where you make a big mistake, but you're not dead at the beginning of the game, you still need to contribute to your team. What can you do for your team? Well, if you're a battleship, you can still provide long-range gun support. Now, maybe I can't use my radar as often as I would like, because that would mean I would be risking the ship, but I can still find a flank, manipulate any advantage that might be mine, an island angling, Notsers being pulled, and really go after them. This Akizuki, he seems to be looking away, but you never know. Enemy Iowa's over there. I think there's a Tirpitz as well. Gotta be careful, but I'm not going to just allow the enemy team to push me out and make me afraid of dying. It's sort of like combat, military combat. The best soldiers have already accepted that they will die, or they could die. That's the same thing in a video game. The best play I've seen by most players is those who have already accepted their fate, and they're just trying to push that off as far as they can. And ooh, that's nice, actually. We knocked out his propulsion. He's going to have to use his damage control if he intends to use it. Oh, how do you get 3 citadels with a 1 salvo? Enemy destroyers pretty low. I would really like to avoid these torpedoes. Great job by my destroyers. They really have helped change the tide. I think we were 2 or 3 ships down. We are now a ship up, and oh, here is the reference to stealth firing. Yes, this will no longer exist. A Fletcher, a Gearing, anything of the sort will not be able to do exactly what this Fletcher is doing in 0.6.3. So since they can't do it, how do you deal with it? Well, I have radar, and he's clearly popped his smoke. He popped it because I was right on the edge of detecting him. How do you know that? Because I've been that destroyer, and I've done the exact same thing. That's what he did. So, in this instance, I decide he could do one of 2 things. He could rely on his teammates to spot, or he's going to leave his smoke. he's chosen to leave his smoke. So since he's chosen to leave his smoke, I've got to be careful. I've got to be very, very careful. Because he can still stealth fire. And I don't really have a lot of health to deal with that. And this is sort of why I think stealth firing was overrated. I know how to deal with this. Once he starts firing, that will tell me a couple things. He is outside of his stealth fire threshold, which is probably somewhere in the realm of 11 to 12 kilometers. If he's that far away, it's very close to me dropping off detection. It's also going to force him to be really far away. And yes, predictably, the Fletcher wanted to hit his torpedoes. He desperately wanted his torpedoes to hit. But if I sail towards him, he's not detecting me. Either he's moved clear past the detection. You can sort of see me saying he's either directly behind the smoke, or he's moved off so far that he's outside the 12.2 kilometer range of my ship. Those are the only two options. So I decided to use my radar, expecting him to sit behind the smoke, or in the smoke. So that means he's actually very far away from me. He's much further away from me than I initially expected. And I'm sort of being dragged away from the battlefield. So I think I should head back. And depending on his playstyle, if he's actively seeking the stealth fire range, he's going to be extremely far away from the combat zone. And this is sort of the weakness of the strategy. If you take the objective and he just wants to play for stealth fire, he doesn't want to play for maybe manipulating torpedoes hit or anything like that, he's going to be really, really far away. And look how far away he is. He's actually probably somewhere in the B9 or 8 area. I know he's within my ship detectability, but obviously I'm outside of his gun detectability. He would have been seen. So I'm just going to do the only thing that's a possibility. Sail away. Go full speed away from a guy who tries to stealth fire. Obviously that doesn't apply anymore. If you're watching this, it's gone. So long, farewell. But this is the strategy that you needed to employ to have a chance, especially Americans. Americans do not have the velocity to deal with this. Look at how shallow his shots are. He can't lead me anymore. And I guarantee he's chasing me in order to keep in range. But look, I'm slowly getting outside of range. He's no longer even in detection range for the ship. And all we had to do is push him back, and now we're coming back. The friendly Grozovoy is going out for him. I fire my gun, and maybe it wasn't the right call. I think I accidentally fired my gun because I was trying to spot out and tell him. And I was like, just, leave him. He can't do anything, but look at this. He didn't expect a friendly destroyer to be within his gun range. So he was detected by the friendly, and the Grozovoy, was able to take him out, and I was very impressed by that, so I gave him a good job. Some people are like, oh, you're really bossy, Notser. I'm just trying to give them the best chance. If they can do it, they can do it. He did a great job taking him out. Now, it helps that the Fletcher's barely alive. But what can I say? What can I do? All I can try is get damage on targets and take advantage of weaknesses. And this Iowa is pretty much bow on, backing up. He's accepted his fate. He's not going to live. So I just lead him in the direction away from me. Enemy Baltimore, last known position, near Sea Point. This should be good if someone doesn't come in and take it. It's not really my kill, but I'll take it. I did pretty good damage to that guy, right? That's the Iowa that I citadel like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. So maybe we can mop up the Baltimore as well. But the Missouri is a great, great premium. Probably the best in the game. And I absolutely adore the credit income. You have no idea. I am such a broke person because my goal is to make my main account as lucrative, as successful as a press account. And press accounts have every single ship unlocked Every single module that you could think of equipping 19 skill commanders, the works. Absolutely the works. I only want to use my press account when I absolutely have to. Maybe there's a new ship line that's about to come out, and I can only access them on my press account. That's the reason why. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So he's moving south to north, and we're going to fire. We dropped the depression a little bit because it looked like he was coming close, and oh, yes. Perfect expectation, prediction, whatever you want to call it. We got him. And we got credit income. 1.1 million. Dreadnought. 2 kills, 145,000 points of damage done, 6 citadels. The Missouri is such a great ship. And you can have it too, for the low cost of 1 credit and a bunch of free XP grind. But oh, it's great. It's great. Now that Shimakaze did a great job. 3 kills, 2,223 base XP. I think I got most of my base XP from just playing and doing damage. I think the Shima did a great job, and I'm really proud of the Shima. All my teammates, you know, it takes a team to beat these guys, and all I did was provide my gun, and I got lucky with some shots. 1.5 was fired at us. They really tried to finish us off at the end, but it wasn't enough. All my damage is AP, of course. Once I took the torpedoes, I had to be at long range. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.